We'll proceed for exercise 1.2. Now 1.2, this exercise is related to the property which is also called as application of BPT. In any triangle, the angle bisector bisects the opposite side in the ratio equal to the remaining sides of the triangle. This property is also called as angle bisector property in a triangle. It is also termed as, or it is also considered in application of BPT. Now see the next exercise, that is 1.2. Exercise 1.2, which is related to angle bisector property based in a triangle. 3 triangles are given. This is exercise 1.2, question number 1. Property, directly we can write. This is also called application of BPT. Application of BPT or angle bisector property, angle bisector property of a triangle. Angle bisector property of a triangle. Now see all these 3 triangles, we will see what results we can say regarding these 3 triangles. All the 3 triangles are given, and in each triangle the angle bisector is shown. Q, M, R. This point is P. Values are given. This is 3, 7, 3.5, and here it is given 1.5. Now when we apply, directly see how to proceed for this example. In triangle PQR, ray PM, what is required in the sum? You have to decide whether ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR. Where it is QPR? QPR. Ray PM, it is the bisector, means angle bisector of angle PQR. You have to decide whether it is a bisector or not. Now how to proceed? In triangle PQR, ray PM is there. Okay, to decide whether it is an angle bisector of angle QPR, we have to apply here converse of angle bisector property. Angle bisector property. Converse of angle bisector property. Now see, the first ratio will be PQ upon PR. What ratio we get? 7 upon 3. PQ upon PR. That is 7 by 3. Second will be QM upon MR. See this ratio. QM 3.5 upon MR, that is 1.5. Remove the decimal. After decimal 1 digit. After decimal 1 digit, it becomes 35 upon 15. 5 sevens are 5 3s are 15. What ratio you are getting? 7 by 3. In the first also 7 by 3. Now here we can say that PQ upon PR is equal to QM upon MR. PQ upon PR equals to QM upon MR. What this property is called as? In any triangle, the angle bisector divides the opposite side in the ratio of the remaining 2 sides of that triangle. Both are equal. Therefore, ratio of the remaining 2 sides, we are getting 7 by 3, and ratio of this ray which is dividing the opposite side, that ratio also we are getting 7 by 3, and the remaining side ratio is coming 7 by 3. Both are equal. Therefore, when we apply converse of angle bisector property, now we can say here ray, which is that ray? Ray PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. In this way, in such a way, we have to say that we have to decide whether ray PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. When the ratio of the remaining side equals with the ratio of the opposite side of the ray which divides in the equal ratio. When both are same, then apply converse of angle bisector property, and we say that the given ray is the angle bisector of that given angle. In this way, you have to decide ray PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. When we can say ray PM is the angle bisector? When the ratio of the remaining side equals with the ratio of the opposite side which is there to the angle bisector. Got it now? Now come to the second figure. Refer to the second one. Second triangle is RPQ triangle. P, Q and R. Okay, and here the ray is given PM. PM. Values are there 6 and 8. Here 7 and 10. And again here also in. This is second bit in triangle. PQR. Now, first what we have to take A bit. Ratio of the remaining side. Which is that ratio? PR upon PQ equal to 7 upon 10. Second, ratio RM upon MQ. RM upon MQ. This ratio 6 upon 8. This we can bring in the reduced form. 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. And the first ratio not possible to bring in the reduced form. That is 7 by 10. 7 divisible by 7 only. But 10 can be divisible by 2, divisible by 5. Now the ratio comes to be 7 by 10 and here the ratio comes to be 3 upon 4. Now can we say that both the ratios are equal? They are coming equal? No. PR upon PQ is not equal to RM upon MQ. Now when this ratio is not equal, when you apply converse of angle bisector theorem also, we can say that ray PM is not the angle bisector of angle QPR. PM is not the angle bisector of angle QPR. Therefore, apply here by converse of angle bisector property. Now, since the ratios are not equal, ray PM is not the angle bisector of angle QPR. Ray PM, not the angle bisector of angle QPR. Got it now? You understood the difference between these two? When you can say that it is an angle bisector and when you can say that it is not an angle bisector. When the ratios are not equal, the given ray will not be the angle bisector of the given angle. And when the ratios are equal, the ratio of the remaining side should equal with the ratio of the side which is divided by the angle bisector, which is opposite to it. When the ratios are coming same, then only you can say that the given ray is the angle bisector of the given angle. And when the ratios are not coming equal, it is not the angle bisector of the given angle. Once more you see the third example. First we have seen second. The third example which is based in question number 1. Third bit. Now in the third case, from P the angle bisector is there. This vertex P, here it is Q, there R. Values are 4, 3.6, bisector is PM. We have to decide that it is a bisector or not. We have to decide whether it is a bisector or not. The values are 9 and 10. Here it is given 4 and 3.6. Once again proceed for third example. In triangle PQR, first of all see the ratios of the remaining sides. PQ upon PR. This ratio comes to be 9 upon 10. First ratio. PQ upon PR, 9 upon 10. Ratio 1. Write it here. Second ratio. We say that it is the ratio of the remaining sides which the given ray divides it. For example, QM upon MR. QM is 3.6, MR is 4. Remove the decimal. 36 upon 40. 36 by 40. 4 nines are 36. 4 tens are 40. What is the ratio? 9 upon 10. This is equation second. First ratio, that is also 9 by 10. This is first. Second ratio, 9 upon 10. From 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, we can say that PQ upon PR equals with QM upon MR. From statement 1 and 2, we can say that PQ upon PR also equals to QM upon MR. Now here the ratio of the remaining side of the triangle also equals with the ratio of the angle bisector which divides the opposite side. Now both are equal. Therefore we can say that by converse of angle bisector property, converse of angle bisector property of a triangle ray. Which is that ray? Ray PM. PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. QPR. Which ray? Ray PM. Ray PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. In case 1 and in case 3, ray PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. And in case second, ray PM is not the angle bisector of angle QPR. Why it is not the angle bisector? The ratios of the remaining side of a triangle not equal with the ratio of the opposite side, where the ray divides the opposite side equal to the ratio of the remaining side. These ratios are not equal. That is the reason that the given ray is not the angle bisector. And here in question number bit number 1 and bit number 3, since the ratios are equal, we can say that the given ray PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. This completes of exercise 1.2 question number 1. Exercise 1.2 question number 2. In triangle PQR, PM is 15, PQ is 25, PR is 20 and length of NR is 8. We have to decide whether line NM is parallel to side QR or not. Line NM parallel to side QR or not. Now how to proceed? First of all, P dash N dash R means from PR is nothing but PN plus NR. Value of PR, how much it is? 20. PN is not there, we have to find it. And length of NR, 8. 20 minus 8 equal to length of PN. From 20 subtract this, 12 equal to length of PN. Similarly, for the second case, MP dash M dash Q. Now PQ is PM plus MQ. PQ, value of PQ, 25. PM is 15 and plus length of MQ. 25 minus 15 is nothing but length of MQ. When you subtract, how much you get? 10 equal to MQ. Now MQ is 10, PN is 12. Now in triangle PQR, directly apply by basic proportionality theorem. You can use it. PN upon NR. What is the ratio of PN? PN is 12. NR is 8. When we bring in the reduced form, 4 3s are 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. The ratio comes to be 3 by 2. Second ratio on the other side, PM upon MQ equals to PM, value of PM 15. MQ, what is the value of MQ? 10. Now 5 3s are 15, 5 2s are 10. What you can say? This is 1, this is second. PN upon NR equals to PM upon MQ. Now PN upon NR equals to PM upon MQ. Now directly we made the use of basic proportionality theorem. What is basic proportionality theorem? In any triangle, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then that line is parallel to the third side. For example, which is that line now? Segment NM. You can say here segment NM is parallel to side QR. When it will become parallel? When the ratio of the first side should equal to the ratio of the other side. By using basic proportionality theorem, if the ratio of the first side and ratio of the second side, if both are coming equal, then you can say that line or segment NM is parallel to side QR by applying basic proportionality theorem. Take the ratio Pn upon Nr. Pn upon Nr, it is 12 by 8. It comes to be 3 by 2. Pm upon Mq, 15 by 10. The ratio comes to be 3 by 2. First and second, Pn upon Nr equals to Pm upon Nq. When this ratio comes, means in any triangle, if a line divides the other two sides of a triangle proportionally, then it is parallel to the third side. Then directly you have to apply basic proportionality theorem. Segment NM is parallel to side QR. Now next sum, in question number 3, in triangle NMP, now MQ 2.5, MN, value of MN is 5, value of PN, how much it is? 7. Now directly you can apply in triangle NMP, ray, which is that ray? NQ is the angle bisector, is the angle bisector of angle N, of angle N. Directly applied by application of BPT, application of BPT. The ratio NM upon, it will be NP, equal to MQ upon QP. Keep the value NM 5 upon 7, other 2.5 upon value of PQ. Make a cross. 5 PQ is 7 into 2.5. PQ, value of PQ will be 7 into 25 upon, remove the decimal, and it will be divided by 50. 1s are 2s are. Therefore, PQ is 7 by 2, and 7 by 2 PQ is nothing but the value comes to be 3.5 units. In this way you have to apply. In any triangle, when the ray is given that it states that it acts as an angle bisector, always apply application of BPT. Mn upon Np is nothing but MQ upon QP. NQ upon QP. Value Mn upon Np equal to NQ upon QP. 5 upon 7 equals to 2.5 by PQ. Make a cross. 5 PQ is 7 into 2.5. Value of PQ will be 7 into 2.5. Remove the decimal here and put 1 0 in the denominator. 25 1s are 2s are. 7 by 2. Half of 7 by 2. Half of 7, it will be 3.5 units. That is nothing but value of PQ. Next. Question number 4. In triangle ABC, measure angle P is 60 and measure angle B is 60. Now, we have to show that AP upon PB equals to AQ upon QC. Now, see the proof. In triangle ABC, angle P, measure angle P equal to 60 and measure angle B equal to 60. What we can say? Angle APQ congruent with angle ABC. Why they are congruent? Measure of each angle. Measure of each angle is 60 degree. Measure of each angle is 60. Angle APQ, angle ABC are congruent. Measures of each angle is 60. Angle APQ and angle ABC are corresponding angles. What they are? They are corresponding angles. And as corresponding angles are congruent, by using corresponding angle test, corresponding angle test for parallel lines, we can say that line PQ is parallel to side BC, and when line PQ is parallel to side BC, we can apply by BPT. AP upon PB also equals to AQ upon QC. AQ upon QC. in any triangle, if a line divides any two sides, or if a line intersects any two sides of a triangle in two distinct points, then that line divides the two sides proportionally. For example, we are getting the result AP upon PB equal to AQ upon QC. Therefore, we can say that when line PQ is parallel to BC, then directly you can make the use of that result AP upon PB equals to AQ upon QC. Now refer to the figure. Why this PQ becomes parallel to side BC? Measure angle APQ 60, measure angle ABC is 60. Angle this and this, both the angles are congruent as they are corresponding angles. By using corresponding angle test for parallel lines, line PQ becomes parallel to side BC, and hence directly you can make the use AP upon PB equals to AQ upon QC. That proves the result AP upon PB equal to AQ upon QC. Now refer to the next question. Quadrilateral ABCD. It is given that it is a trapezium in which segment AB parallel to segment PQ, also parallel to segment DC. Value of AP 15, value of PD 12, BQ you are supposed to find it, and length of QC is 14. What we can make the use of the property here? Now, as segment AB parallel to PQ and PQ is also parallel to DC, write it here with the solution. Quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium. What it is? It is a trapezium. In this, segment AB parallel to segment PQ, also parallel to segment DC. AB parallel to PQ, PQ is parallel to DC. Means all these three are the parallel lines, and two transversals are there. One is AD, the other transversal is BC, transversal. Directly make the use by application of BPT. Application of BPT. Length of AP upon length of PD equals to length of BQ upon QC. When three parallel lines are given and these three parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the transversal on one side and all these three parallel lines are there. When these three parallel lines intersect the transversal, this is transversal AD, the other transversal is BC. Directly make the use of application of BPT. AP upon PD equal to BQ upon QC. Value AP 15, PD 12, BQ you are supposed to find it, and QC how much it is? 14. Make a cross. 12 BQ equal to 15 into 14. Value of BQ equals with 15 into 14 divided by how much it will be? 12. 2 6 are 7 are. Now 3 2s are 3 5s are. Now value of BQ 7 5 35 upon 2. Value of BQ will be half of 35 17.5. In this way you have to calculate value of BQ by applying application of BPT. AP upon PD equals with BQ upon QC. Question number 6. Now see the solution for question number 6. In triangle MNP, ray, which is that ray? NQ, is the angle bisector of angle N. Applied by application of BPT. What will be the value? Mn upon Np equals to Mq upon Qp. Now Mn, value of Mn 25 upon 40 equals to 14 upon PQ. We are supposed to find the value of PQ. Now make a cross, so you can reduce it here only. 5 5 is 25, 5 8 is 40. Again 14 upon PQ. Now 5 PQ equals to 8 into 14. Value of PQ equals to 8 into 14 divided by 5. Now here it is not possible. 8 doesn't can get cancelled with 5. 14 also not possible to cancel by 5. Multiply both of them. 8 4 is 32, 3 112 divided by 5. Now 5 5 is 25, 5 8 is 40. 25 upon 40 equals to 14 upon PQ. Now this is the radius form. When we make a cross, 5 times PQ equals with 8 into 14. Product of 8 into 14 divided by 5. Now when we divide it by 5, how much it comes? 5 2s are 10, 1, 12. Again 5 2s are 10. Point. Now 12 means what is the remainder here? 2. Now we have already taken the decimal 0. 5 4s are 20. The value comes to be 22.4 in unit. This is value for PQ. In triangle MNP, NQ is the angle bisector of angle N. Directly apply application of BPT. This is nothing but the intercept made by two transversal on three parallel lines. Line AB parallel to line DC, also parallel to line FE. When three parallel lines are given and the intercept made on three parallel lines by one transversal, it also makes equal and congruent intercept on the other side of the transversal also. Now here, this question was based on application of BPT by resulting in any triangle. If the angle bisector is given, make the use of application of BPT, and that is also termed in application of BPT when three parallel lines they are intersected by two transversal. Now here all the three parallel lines are there, and which are the two transversal? You can say one is AE, line AE, and the other transversal is line BF. Now see the solution. By application of BPT, apply the property AC upon CE equals to BD upon DF. BD upon DF. Value of AC 12. 12 upon X equal to, this is 8. 8 upon 4. Make a cross. 8X equals to 12 into 4. Value of X will be 12 into 4 divided by 8. 4 ones are 2s are. 2 ones are 6 are. Value of X comes to be 6 units. This will be the answer. How to find the value of X? When three parallel lines are given and they are intersected by two transversal. Therefore, apply the application of BPT. AC upon C is nothing but BD upon DF. 12 upon X equal to 8 by 4. Make a cross. 12 into 4 divided by 8. Now 4 ones are 4 2s are 8. Okay. 4 ones are 4 2s are 8. 2 ones are 2 6 are 12. The value of X comes to be 6 units. That completes question number 7. Number 8. See the solution in triangle LMN. Refer. What you can apply? Immediately whenever you see the ray which is given as the angle bisector, directly you can apply by application of BPT. Application of BPT. Ray MT is the angle bisector of angle. Which angle? M. Now refer to the figure and directly make the use of application of BPT. Value of LM upon MN equals to LT upon TN. 6 upon 10 equals to LT upon 8. Now 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. Make a cross. 3 8s are 24 divided by 5. That will give you length of LT. Now 5 4s are 20. How much is left? 4. Put a decimal 0. We have to consider 40. 5 8s are 40. 4.8 unit is nothing but value of LT. Value of LT comes to be 4.8 unit. 24 divided by 5. It results in, when we convert in the decimal form, it comes to be 4.8. Now next, question number 9. Refer to the figure and find the value of X when ray BD is the angle bisector of angle B. In triangle ABC, ray BD is the angle bisector, of angle. Which angle? You can say ABC or directly you can say angle B. Again, whenever it is an angle bisector, apply by using application of BPT. By using application of BPT. AB upon BC equals to AD upon DC. By using application of BPT, whenever the given ray will be the angle bisector of the given angle in a triangle. AB is X, BC X plus 5. Value of AD, x minus 2. Value of DC, that is x plus 2. Now when we make a cross, x into, it is x plus 2. And x plus 5 will be multiplied by x minus 2. We have to expand x into x, x square plus 2x. And here on the right side, RHS side, x into x, we get x square. X into 2 minus 2x. 5 into x, 5x. And 5 2s are 10. X square and x square get cancelled. What you get? 2x equals to this. Now from 5, subtract 2. How much you are getting? 3x plus 10. Therefore, 2x minus 3x equals to 10. Now here, plus 3x is there, plus 2x is there. Now, 5x is plus, 2x is in minus, and x square, 5 2s are minus 10. Minus 10. Now 10 is negative here. Now from 3, subtract 2, minus x equal to minus 10. Minus minus get cancelled, and value of x comes to be 10 unit. This question may come for the board exam. For how many marks? It will be for 3 marks. Always one question is based on whenever triangles are given, a ray acts as an angle bisector. By using application of VPT, directly you can make the use, you can get the value of x or you can get the value of the given segment. One question will be definitely asked based on the angle bisector of application of VPT. And refer to the figure DEF. What is given? In triangle DEF, segment PQ parallel to side DE, segment QR parallel to side EF. This is already given. We have to show that segment PR parallel to side DF. Segment PR parallel to which side? Third side, that is side DF. Now, this question is based on activity. It is also called as activity based question. Now refer, in triangle XDE, where is XDE? In triangle XDE, segment PQ parallel to DE. Therefore, when we make the use of basic proportionality theorem, segment PQ parallel to DE, what reason we will write? It is already given. Now, when we make the use of VPT, it will be XP upon PD, fill here, PD. Then next will be XQ upon another ratio QE, XQ upon QE. First is XP upon PD, XQ upon QE. This will be by making the use of VPT, that is 1. Consider second triangle, in triangle XEF, with segment QR parallel to EF. Segment QR parallel to EF. Again, what we will write? It is already given in the sum. Given. Again, make the use of basic proportionality theorem. XQ upon QE. XQ upon QE equals with XR upon RF. XR upon RF. XQ upon QE equal to XR upon RF. From 1 and 2, what you get the result here when we compare XP upon PD, XQ upon QE. In the second, by making the use of VPT, XQ upon QE. This ratio is common in both from statement 1 and 2. XQ upon QE, here also you are getting XQ upon QE. Therefore, you can write XP upon PD also equals with XR upon RF. This result will come when you refer statement 1 and 2. Why? Because the ratio XQ upon QE is coming common in both. Therefore, we can write XP upon PD also equals to XR upon RF. Now, when XP upon PD equals to XR upon RF, where is the ratio? XP upon PD, XR upon RF, that is, this ratio is coming in triangle XDF. Which triangle? Here it is not given. You can mention in triangle X, D and F. This ratio we are getting. Therefore, when we make the use of converse of VPT, when a line divides any two sides of a triangle proportionally, then it is parallel to the third side. Which segment? Segment PR. Parallel to the third side. Which is the third side? DF. Therefore, PR parallel to DF by making the use of converse of VPT. In this way, you can prove this problem by making it is activity based question by filling in the boxes which are present here. Now, when we go for question number 11, that is the last question, I hope after taking 1 to question number 10, one question we can take it up for assignment. Okay? Next time when we are there for 1.3 exercise, we will see question number 11. I'll get the feedback and then we'll see proceed for exercise 1.3 in the next session. Thank you.